welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to send training certificates on WhatsApp with Google Sheets and Google Slides. So I am an owner of a business and I run training programs in my company. So here my objective is that as soon as I'm going to add the details of a new trainee in my Google Sheets, automatically a training certificate should be created of that same trainee with the help of Google Slides. As I've already created a template of certificate of training with the help of Google Slides, so a certificate is going to be created with the help of that template. And as soon as a certificate of training is created with the help of Google Slides for that trainee, we are going to receive a PDF file link with the help of Google Drive. What we are going to do with it, we are going to send a message to our trainee whose details we have added in our Google Sheets with the attachment of that PDF file link. For that, what we are going to do is we are going to create an automation between all of these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you want to learn how to do this automation, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to send training certificates on WhatsApp with Google Sheets and Google Slides. So I am an owner of a business and I run training programs in my company. So here my objective is that as soon as I'm going to add the details of a trainee in my Google Sheets, automatically with the help of this detail, a certificate of training should be created of that same trainee whose details we have added in our Google Sheets with the help of the template that we have already created in our Google Slides. And as soon as the certificate of training is going to be created for that specific trainee, automatically a WhatsApp message should be forwarded to that trainee on their WhatsApp number with the attachment of this certificate, as you can see right over here. For that, what we are going to do is we're going to simply create an automation between all of these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see the 5 applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, we have to click on this top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. Then a new dialog box is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a workflow name. So I'm going to give a name to my workflow as Send Training Certificates on WhatsApp with Google Sheets and Google Slides. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. Over here next, it is asking for us to select a folder. On the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down arrow. So these are the folders from which I'm going to select Google Slide Automation as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving a name to a workflow and selecting the folder, we're going to click on Create in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Send Training Certificates on WhatsApp with Google Sheets and Google Slides, and there are 2 windows in front of you. Over here, one says Trigger, another says Action. Trigger and Action are the 2 most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these 2 concepts. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means our action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. So firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to set up our trigger step by clicking on this arrow right over here. And for the trigger application, we are going to select it as Google Sheets. So I'm going to select my trigger application as Google Sheets. And for the trigger event, I'm going to select it as New or Updated Spreadsheet Row. We are selecting our trigger application as Google Sheets and the trigger event as New or Updated Spreadsheet Row because I have created a spreadsheet with the help of Google Sheets in which I want that whenever I'm going to add the details of the trainee in the spreadsheet, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response, and that's why we select our trigger application as Google Sheets and a trigger event as New or Updated Spreadsheet Row. And how are we going to connect Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect? For that, Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we are going to connect Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying over here, you can see the steps are given here below in order to connect Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. So what we're going to do is we're going to open a spreadsheet that we want to connect with Pabbly Connect. So as you can see, this is my Google Sheets spreadsheet that I've created that I want to connect to Pabbly Connect in the name of trainees details. So this is a spreadsheet in which if I'm going to add the data, automatically according to the trainees data, a certificate of training should be created. Okay, so we are going to connect the spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect. For that, click on extensions. After clicking on extensions, click on add-ons and then on get add-ons. As soon as you're going to click on get add-ons, a new window is going to appear on which on the search bar we have to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. So we're going to select Pabbly Connect webhooks. As soon as you're going to select it, over here it says Pabbly Connect webhooks. We're going to open this, and as you can see that I've already installed Pabbly Connect webhooks, so I'm going to move forward. But if you have not installed Pabbly Connect webhooks, please do install it so that you can connect Pabbly Connect with your Google Sheets. Okay, so as I've already installed it, I'm going to move forward. So as we have installed Pabbly Connect webhooks, we're going to click on extensions again, and over here it says Pabbly Connect webhooks. We're going to click on it, and then we're going to click on initial setup. So as you can see, this dialog box is going to appear in front of you in the name of initial setup. Over here it is asking for the webhook URL in the trigger column. For the webhook URL, I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us, and for the trigger column, over here it says the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added. So in this spreadsheet that I've created, the trigger column is going to be column D, as you can see right over here, because in this column the final data is going to be added. So for the trigger column over here, I'm going to select it as column D. After pasting the webhook URL and selecting the trigger column, I'm going to click on submit. As you can see that over here it says the setup is configured successfully. That means we successfully added the webhook to the spreadsheet that we have created. Okay, so now the steps which I'm going to tell you are very important, so please do not forget to follow them. Okay, click on extensions and then on Pabbly Connect webhooks. Over here in the second option it says send on event. We're going to click on it. Over here now it's saying working. As the loading is completed, I'm going to click on extensions and Pabbly Connect webhooks again. Over here you can see a tick mark is in front of send on event. We have selected send on event so that whenever a new data is going to be added into the spreadsheet, automatically it is going to send the data to Pabbly Connect. That is why it is very important to click on send on event. Okay, so if I'm going to take you back to the workflow that I've created, as you can see right over here, if I'm going to scroll down, over here it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now what we are going to do is we are going to add the data of a trainee in our Google Sheets that we have created, and we're going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of that data or not. For that, I'm going to open my spreadsheet, and over here it is asking for the name, email, phone number and the date of completion. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill in all the details. For the name over here, I'm going to write it as dummy user. So this is the name right over here. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as dummyyuser@pabblytudes.com. Then for the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. And lastly, for the date of completion over here, I'm going to select dummy date. I'm going to select the date over here as 6th of May 2024. So this is the date of completion that I've selected, and I've filled in all the dummy details in the spreadsheet. So as I've filled in all the details, now I'm going to open my workflow that I've created with the help of Pabbly Connect, and I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the data that we have just entered in our spreadsheet or not. For that, I'm going to open my workflow. I'm going to scroll down, and yes, as you can see right over here, response is captured in our Pabbly Connect account. Okay, over here if you're going to tally the response for the name as dummy user, email as dummyyuser@pabblytudes.com, for the date of completion as 06/05/2024, and all the other details. So this means that we successfully connected Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. As our trigger setup is done, we are going to now set up our action step. My objective is that as soon as I'm going to enter the details of a trainee in my Google Sheets, automatically a certificate of training should be created for that same trainee. For that, what we are going to do is we're going to add our action step, and for the action application, what we are going to do is, as I've created a template of certificate of training with the help of Google Slides, so I'm going to select my action application as Google Slides. So I'm going to select my action application as Google Slides. And for the action event, I'm going to select it as create presentation from template. Okay, we are selecting this action event because I want to create a certificate of training for every trainee whose details I'm adding in my Google Sheets with the help of this template that I've already created in my Google Slides. So that is why I've selected our action event as create presentation from template, and then we're going to click on connect. In order to connect Google Slides with Pabbly Connect, a new window is going to appear on which you have to click on add new connection. But if you want, you can select the existing connection. After that, over here it is saying sign in with Google. We're going to click on it. After clicking on sign in with Google, a new window is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a permission. I'm going to click on allow, as the save process and my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on allow. As you can see that we successfully authorized Google Slides with Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, over here it is asking for us to select a template presentation. So I've created a template with the help of Google Slides in the name of training certificate template. So this is a template of certificate of training that I've created with the help of Google Slides. So for the template presentation, I'm going to over here select it as training certificate template. After selecting the template right over here, it is asking for the title of the new presentation, the title of the new certificate that is going to be created with the help of this template. So I want the title of my new certificate to be certificate of training dash. After certificate of training dash, I want the name of my trainee whose details I've added in my Google Sheets. So how are we going to add that name? For that, what we are going to do is map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this automation workflow. Over here, as soon as you click on this field over here, it says Google Sheets new or updated spreadsheet row, and this was the previous step, as you can see right over here. Okay, if I'm going to click on this arrow, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. As I want the name of my trainee next to certificate of training dash right over here, so I'm going to select the name of my trainee right over here. So I have mapped the data right over here. What happens is now, as the data is mapped, the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in a previous step, automatically in place of this data, the new data is going to be updated. Okay, that is why we have mapped the data right over here. Next, it is asking for the new presentations location. That means when a new certificate is going to be created with the help of Google Slide, where it is going to be saved. So I've created a folder in my Google Drive in the name of training certificates, as you can see right over here. And I want that whenever a new certificate is going to be created for any trainee whose details I'm going to add in my Google Sheets, automatically that certificate should be saved in this location right over here. So for the location over here, I'm going to select it as training certificates. Okay. Next, it is asking for the name and the date. So if I'm going to take you back to the template that I've created, as you can see right over here, in some values I've added curly brackets in the front and in the end of these values. So these are variables right over here. So as you can see, this is one variable, this is second variable, and this is the third variable, and the date variable right over here. Okay, so the variables that I've added right over here, what happens is that I want to add values in place of these variables. That is why I've created these variables in this certificate right over here, so that I can add the values of the trainee details in place of these variables. And in the workflow that we have created over here, you can see these are the variables that I've added in my Google Slide. Okay, it is asking for the name and the date, so we're going to map the data for all these details. Firstly, for the name, I'm going to map the data of the name of our trainee. Then again, it is asking for the name. I'm going to map the date of the trainee as well over here. Over here, next, it is asking for the date, so I'm going to map the data of the date that we have received in our previous step. So as I've filled in all the details, after that I'm going to click on save and send test request. As soon as you're going to click on save and send test request, a response is going to be received, and the response that we have received is a positive response. Okay, as we have received the presentation ID right over here, you can see. So this means this is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my Google Drive folder that I've created, and I'm going to check whether a certificate of training is created for the trainee whose details I've added in my Google Sheets or not. For that, I'm going to open my Google Drive folder, and yes, as you can see right over here, certificate of training is created for dummy user. As you can see right over here, it has the detail of the trainee. The name is dummy user, where it says dummy user, and the date of completion, as you can see, 06/05/2024. So this is the certificate of training for dummy user, as you can see right over here. So this means that we successfully created a certificate with the help of the details that we have added in our Google Sheets of our trainee. Okay, but as we have created the certificate right over here, on the top right corner you can see where it says private to only me. That means this certificate that has been created with the help of the template is just accessible to only me. So we want to make this certificate accessible to everyone, because we are going to send the certificate to our trainee. So we have to make this certificate accessible to everyone. And how are we going to do that? For that, we have to open our workflow, and then we are going to add another action step by click on this plus button right over here. And for the action application over here, we are going to select it as Google Drive. So we're going to select our action application as Google Drive, and for the action event, we're going to select it as share a file with anyone, because we want to make the certificate that we have created accessible to everyone. That is why we're selecting our action event as share a file with anyone. And then we're going to click on connect in order to connect Google Drive with Pabbly Connect. And as I have the existing connection, I'm going to select this option, but if you want, you can add a new connection. I'm going to click on save. As soon as you're going to click on save, over here it is asking for the file ID. Which file do we want to make shareable to anyone? So over here, in place of this file ID, we are going to map the data so that whenever a new file is going to be created in our Google Drive folder, automatically all those files can be accessible to everyone. Okay, that is why we're going to map the data. For that, click on this bracket that says map right over here. As you're going to open the bracket, over here you can see a data is given. We are going to erase this existing data from here, and in place of the file ID, we're going to map the data of the presentation ID that we have received in our previous step. This presentation ID is the ID of this. You can see this is the ID right over here. So this ID is the same ID that we have mapped right over here. Okay, so as I map the data right over here, what happens is the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new certificate is going to be created in our Google Drive folder, as I map the data right away, what will happen is all those certificates are going to be accessible to everyone. Okay, so after that, I'm going to click on save and send test request. As soon as you're going to click on save and send test request, the response is going to be received, and over here it says anyone with the link. That means the file is now accessible to everyone with the help of a link. If I'm going to open the certificate, now on the top right corner it is saying anyone with the link. Now anyone can have the access of this certificate right over here with the help of a link. And in the response over here you can see there are multiple links that Pabbly Connect has provided us, which we are going to use to send it to our trainee as a WhatsApp message. Okay, and I'm going to send the WhatsApp message with the certificate in PDF form, so I'm going to use this PDF link right over here, you can see. Okay, so now what we have to do is we want to send a WhatsApp message to our trainee whose details were added in our Google Sheet. So what we're going to do is we're going to add another action step, and for the action application over here I'm going to select it as WhatsApp Cloud API, because we are going to send a message to our trainees as a WhatsApp message with the help of WhatsApp Cloud API, because I have created a template with the help of WhatsApp Cloud API. As you can see, this is a template right over here, and I want to send messages to all my trainee with the help of this template that I've created right over here. Okay, so for the action event we are going to select our action event as send template message, and then we're going to click on connect. In order to connect WhatsApp Cloud API with Pabbly Connect, a new window is going to appear on which you have to click on add new connection. After clicking on add new connection, over here you can see it is asking for the token, phone number ID and the WhatsApp business account ID. From where are you going to get all this information from? For that you have to click on learn more right over here. As soon as you're going to click on learn more, this page is going to appear. If you're going to scroll down over here, it is saying how to set up WhatsApp Cloud API inside Pabbly Connect. By watching this tutorial, you are going to learn how to step-by-step complete WhatsApp Cloud API setup inside Pabbly Connect. Okay, so if you want to learn how we're going to get all the information, that is token, phone number ID, WhatsApp business account ID from, for that you have to watch this tutorial in order to learn how to set up WhatsApp Cloud API inside Pabbly Connect. So as I've already done WhatsApp Cloud API setup inside Pabbly Connect, so I'm going to get all this information from there. So as you can see, this is my WhatsApp Cloud API setup. As you can see right over here, it says API setup. Over here you can see it as token, phone number ID, WhatsApp business account ID. So we're going to copy all this information from here, and we're going to paste the information right over here. So firstly I'm going to copy this token from here, and I'm going to paste the token right over here. Next it is asking for the phone number ID. We're going to copy the phone number ID from here, and then we're going to paste the phone number ID right over here. Next it is asking for the WhatsApp business account ID. We're going to copy the WhatsApp business account ID from here, and we're going to paste the WhatsApp business account ID right over here. After filling all the details, we're going to click on save. As you can see that we successfully authorized WhatsApp Cloud API with Pabbly Connect. Firstly, it's asking for the template name. So I've created a template in the name of training certificate, as you can see right over here. So for the template name, I'm going to select it as training certificate. Over here, when you're going to select the template name, automatically the language code and the selected template ID is going to be selected. Okay, so you do not need to do anything with these steps. Next over here, it is asking for the recipient mobile number. On which mobile number do we want to send a WhatsApp message to? So in place of recipient mobile number, I'm going to map the mobile number data that we've received in our previous step. Okay, so because I want to send a WhatsApp message to my trainee, that's why I've mapped the data of my trainee's WhatsApp number, which I've entered in my Google Sheets. Okay, next over here it is asking for the body field 1 and the body field 2 with the template that I've created with the help of WhatsApp Cloud API. You can see I've created two variables, 1 and variable 2 right over here. So I want place of this variable 1 the name of my trainee, and in this place of variable 2 I want the link of my certificate. That's why I've added two variables in the template, and these are the same variables that right over here, the body field 1 and the body field 2. Firstly, for the body field 1, that is a name, I'm going to map the data of the name of my trainee right over here, and for the link right over here, I'm going to map the data of the link that I've already told you that we have received in a previous step in a PDF form. So I mapped the link. So after filling all the details, I'm going to click on save and send test request. But before that, as you can see right over here, in place of this recipient mobile number, this is the dummy mobile number right over here. So a WhatsApp message cannot be forwarded to this number. So what I'm going to do, in place of this dummy mobile number, I'm going to enter my mobile number. So I'm going to get a WhatsApp message on my number. Okay, so I'm going to enter my mobile number right over here in place of recipient mobile number. So I've successfully entered my number in place of recipient mobile number. Okay, so after that I'm going to click on save and send test request. As you can see that over here, response is received, and the response that we have received is a positive response, because for the message status over here it says accepted. That means a WhatsApp message might have been forwarded on my WhatsApp number, because in place of recipient mobile number I've entered my mobile number, so I'm going to receive a WhatsApp message. So now I'm going to open my WhatsApp account, and I'm going to check whether I have received a message with the certificate of training for the trainee whose details I've added in my Google Sheets or not. For that I'm going to open my WhatsApp. So as you can see right over here, I have received a WhatsApp message on my WhatsApp which says, "Dear dummy user," the name of my trainee is right over here. It says, "We are thrilled to inform you that you have successfully completed the training program conducted by Fintrix." So this is the company's name that I own. "Congratulations on your accomplishment. Attached to this message, you will find your official training certificate. This certificate acknowledges your dedication, hard work and commitment throughout the training period." This is the link of the certificate right over here. It says, "Once again, congratulations for your achievement. Best regards, Team Fintrix, Jesse Matthew." So I'm going to open the certificate link by clicking on it. As soon as I'm going to click on it over here, you can see the certificate is downloaded. I'm going to open the certificate. The certificate name is Certificate of Training for Dummy User right over here, you can see. And it's the same certificate that we have created with the help of Google Slides. So this means that we successfully created an automation with the help of Pabbly Connect for creating certificate of training with the help of Google Sheets, Google Slides, and sending it on WhatsApp. So now for all of you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the details of a new trainee in my Google Sheets that I've created, and I'm going to check whether a new WhatsApp message is forwarded to me. As in the place of recipient mobile number, I've added my mobile number. I'm going to check whether a new message is forwarded on my WhatsApp number or not. For that, trainee whose details we're going to add in our Google Sheets or not. For that, I'm going to open my Google Sheets. So as you can see, this is my Google Sheets that I've created. It is asking for the name, email and phone number, date of completion. So what we're going to do is I'm going to fill in all the details. As you can see that I've filled in all the details for the name as test account, email as test account @pabblytuts.com, for the phone number, dummy mobile number, and for the date of completion as 07/05/2024, that's 7th of May 2024. Okay, so as I've filled in all the details, now I'm going to check my WhatsApp and I'm going to check whether I have received a new message for test account with a certificate of training or not. For that, I'm going to open my WhatsApp. And yes, as you can see right over here, I have received a new message on my WhatsApp which says, "Dear test account." The message is for test account right over here. And this is the certificate link. I'm going to open the certificate link right over here. As you can see, a new certificate is downloaded. I'm going to open the certificate. The name of the certificate is Certificate of Training Dash Test Account. The certificate is for test account, as you can see right over here. And this is the certificate for test account, as you can see, for the data 07/05/2024. So this means that we successfully created an automation with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I'm an owner of a business and I run training programs in my company. So here my objective is that as soon as I'm going to enter the details of a trainee in my Google Sheets, automatically with the help of the details of that trainee, a certificate of training should be created with the help of Google Slides, as I've already created a template of certificate of training with the help of Google Slides. And as soon as a certificate is going to be created with the help of Google Drive, we are going to receive a PDF file link which we are going to use to send a WhatsApp message to our trainee attached to that message. Okay, for that what we have done is we have created an automation between all of these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel. Hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video. Not just with these applications, you can create automation with the help of Pabbly Connect between multiple applications. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask your queries on forum.pabbly.com. If you have any queries regarding the pricing of Pabbly Connect, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video, and thank you for watching.